I did all I could to control myself.
Try me.
Yeah.
I'll knock you down like I knocked trees down all my life.
Get out of my way.
I'm telling you, I'll put you through the
Get
wall.
out of my...
I don't give a damn. You and your Constitution, you can stick it.
I did all I could to control myself.
Let me see. It is what it is. I'll fill in the blanks.
I could get arrested.
Yes. It's up to the court. You got physical with somebody that, for the most part, you really had no reason to be physical with.
I didn't want to go. I
Because he
wasn't
was
allowed
filming.
upstairs.
I know, but for what? For what? He's filming. What is he doing? Why can't he go upstairs? It's a public building. It's City Hall, for Christ's sake.
The video reveals that Sergeant in question is accused of coaching the suspect and providing false information regarding the submission of an arrest warrant. The exact nature of the coaching is not explicitly stated in the provided text. However, it suggests that the sergeant may have been guiding or instructing the suspect on how to handle the situation or interact with law enforcement. Furthermore, the video implies that the sergeant may have lied about submitting an arrest warrant. The context surrounding this claim is unclear, as the specific details or reasons for the alleged arrest warrant are not provided. It remains uncertain whether the arrest warrant was necessary or if the sergeant's statement regarding its submission was accurate.
So why did you touch him?
He got right in my face. I didn't shoot. You know, like one of these things. I mean, he's letting you think I got forearmed or something. But he kept getting
I saw the video.
Yeah.
You pushed him a couple times.
So I just, you know, kind of, but he wanted to go upstairs, and I wasn't going to let him. We're supposed to, I was telling your sergeant, I said that Les and Dean, they were supposed to give me forms. They want a form. I gotta tell him to.
Someone needs to fill in for you.
I need to
Put it on the desk.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'll see you later because I got to go to town clerk.
Okay.
What time do they close tonight? You know?
Yeah, we're open till 6:30 tonight.
We close now.
So he kept getting in my face, and I didn't like it, I'll be honest with you. And I did all I could to control myself. I said, until we get these
why
forms...
did you even try and stop him from going upstairs?
Because I was told last night, I spoke to Dean and I talked to Les. They're supposed to have forms. As we speak right now, I think they're supposed to get... He has to fill out a form before he starts rolling the tape.
The police officer addressed the security guard, acknowledging their role in maintaining order within the building. They discussed the incident involving an individual who was filming and walking around in a public place. The officer emphasized that the situation did not warrant the use of physical force to restrain the person. Recognizing the issue at hand, the officer mentioned needing to review 20 minutes of video footage. They advised the security guard to contact the police immediately in similar situations without engaging in conversation with the individual.
You need to articulate why you used physical force in that. No matter how minor, whether it's just, you know, a push or a light, you know, I'm not going to do it to you because then I'm not going to use physical force upon you.
But he gets in my... I didn't go up there. He kept getting in my face.
Say that.
He was agitated.
Yeah, say that. And now be mindful that there is a video of the entire thing.
Yeah. What did we say? It was 2 weeks ago when he was here, or 3 weeks? I don't know. Shit.
It doesn't. It's
Can
not
I do
important.
this alone? I'm trying to...
It's not important. Yeah, I can stand out here. Just make sure no one else can.
The police officer stressed that using physical force, regardless of its severity, should only be employed when absolutely necessary. They clarified that in the situation discussed, the person's actions of filming and walking around in a public place did not reach a level of disruption that would warrant any form of physical restraint. The officer emphasized the importance of exercising caution and avoiding the use of force unless it becomes absolutely unavoidable. Furthermore, they reminded the security guard about the existence of video evidence capturing the entire incident, highlighting the need for careful consideration and adherence to proper procedures.
Held my
ground.
I held my ground in the
interest of safety of City Hall.
Continue on the back. Yeah. This is not finished.
Yeah.
First of so you need to elaborate. After the last incident, right?
Yeah.
After this is why I should have stayed in here and done it with you.
Yeah.
After the last incident,
Yeah.
you were instructed by who? Names. Who told you
Yeah.
that no one is allowed to film in here unless they fill out this card that was never provided
was
to
just
you?
told to
Do
me
you see what I'm
last
saying?
night.
There's a big difference between you saying you're not allowed in here filming, leave, and then you getting in his way listen to me.
The individuals shared their experience describing how they stood their ground amidst the tense situation. They emphasized feeling secure within the confines of the studio, ensuring their personal safety. The conversation continued and they requested further elaboration. They referred to a previous incident, mentioning that they had received instructions from someone, whose name they wanted to know, regarding the prohibition of filming in the area unless a specific card was filled out.
Can I see?
We're gonna get into now how he refuses to take cards, and you know, it's like what, going down a one-way street.
639, 607.
Also, Mr. Reyes walked right around me and did not fill out the proper entry, the proper forms when he came in.
The cops then tell the security guard to fill out the form properly.
So hopefully visitors must sign in.
Okay, I know.
All visitors must sign in. It's everywhere. So we're gonna have stickers soon. Anybody recording must fill out a form.
I know. Well, I'm glad they did that so quickly since the last incident. Hopefully these guys go to bat for you too, in that they told you that you're supposed to stop anybody.
Don't. You know, hey, Sarah, I'm sorry.
And not for nothing.
Sergeant Acabel also clearly stated that Phil's actions constituted an assault or, at the very least, disorderly conduct. So why did Sergeant Jacobellis never write a warrant for Phil's arrest? Was it because they had a relationship prior to this incident? It seemed pretty obvious to the observer that Sergeant Acabel was helping Phil write a statement and that the situation became even more perplexing. Not only did Sergeant Jacobellis refrain from writing a warrant for Phil's arrest, but he ultimately wrote a warrant for the observer's arrest, who is currently on trial. Thus, the real question arises: who influenced Sergeant Jacobellis? Was it the president of the police union, Michael Farrell, who coincidentally arrested the observer later that same day? Or perhaps it was someone at the state attorney's office, or even someone with significant influence in City Hall? It leaves one pondering if Sergeant Jacobellis is merely a two-faced tyrant. Unfortunately, the answers to these questions may remain forever elusive. However, what is known is that an innocent man who peacefully exercised his rights was threatened, assaulted, denied justice, and ultimately arrested. Here's our next investigation.
You can't record inside the building.
I have a law right here. You want to take a look at?
First, you're going to have to step out for me.
Please don't touch me.
All right, then step out.
Don't touch me.
All right, so step out the facility.
Touch me.
All right, so step out the facility.
Hey, get off of me. Get off of me.
All right, now we can talk.
Get in my property.
In a concerning incident, an NYPD officer has been captured on camera attempting to delete a journalist's footage. The journalist had requested to speak with a supervisor but was disregarded. The officer accused the journalist of trespassing and initiated an arrest. However, the journalist argued that he had the right to record under New York State and city law. Despite the officer confiscating the journalist's phone, the journalist criticized the NYPD for violating constitutional rights and pledged to take legal action against the unlawful policies. The incident highlights the ongoing debate surrounding the freedom of the press and the accountability of law enforcement.
You can't record inside the building facility. I'm going to ask you to step out.
Can I ask you to step out?
First, you're going to have to step out.
I have a law right here. You want to take a look at?
First, you're going to have to step out for me.
Please don't touch me.
All right, then step out.
Don't touch me.
All right, so step out the facility.
Don't touch me.
All right, so step out the facility. Sir, right now you're trespassing.
Don't touch me.
Right now you're trespassing.
Hey, get off of me. Get off of me.
All right, now we can talk. Now we can talk outside.
Read the law that says I have the right to do it.
We can talk outside. Now we
You're a
can
law
talk.
enforcement officer. Read the law.
You wanted to talk.
I'm going inside where I have the right to record. I do. I have the right to record.
All right, you're trespassing.
I'm not.
I asked you to leave, and you're refusing to leave.
I'm not trespassing.
Now you're not. Now you're not because you're outside. So
no, I'm not trespassing in a building that I pay for either.
So let's talk.
The journalist seeks to speak to a supervisor, but his request is dismissed. Despite asserting his right to record based on New York State and city law, the officer accuses him of trespassing and attempts to arrest him. The journalist's effort to engage with a higher authority goes unanswered, raising concerns about transparency and accountability within the police force. The incident highlights the ongoing struggle to protect citizens' constitutional rights to record law enforcement activities and calls for further examination of policies that may impede such rights.
You guys are out of
Have a good day, man. Come in through those doors. If he grabs those, all right, he's trespassing. He was right inside. You got cuffs? You got cuffs? Put your hands behind your back.
Look at the law. I'm not resisting.
All right, so put your hands behind your back. All right, so put your hands behind your back.
I'm not resisting.
All right, good.
I'm not resisting.
All right.
There you go. Read this law, by the way. All right. What am I arrested for?
Trespassing. I told you not to step into the police facility.
I'm not resisting.
No, I'm not gonna be around. I'll delete it. I'll shut it off. He's allowed to record. My camera's still on, by the way.
Look, and the other one is coming.
It's fine. I'll talk to him too.
I'm not resisting.
I'm not telling you you're resisting. I'm checking your pockets in case you have
I'm just
anything.
making sure that you know I'm not resisting. That's all. I'm not resisting at all.
You were looking for this.
I was looking for what?
This interaction.
I was looking for you to take away my freedom? Why would I want you to take away my freedom for?
Can't come in. Don't come in.
Why would I want you to take away my freedom for?
Do you mind just getting the pedigree?
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Read the law. You know what cameras is?
You saw it, right?
You don't like transparency. $1,000. Still take my money.
Anything else?
You want to read that law? There's a law that says I'm being serious with you. But what I'm saying is you arrested me on what? Go ahead. I'm arrested. I'm placed under arrest. For what? For what? For what crime? No, for what crime? For trespassing. How does trespassing, officer? How does it supersede?
The officer accused the journalist of trespassing and tried to arrest him. However, the journalist vehemently argued that he had the right to record the encounter, citing New York State and city law. The officer went against the journalist's claims and even confiscated his phone in an attempt to delete the footage. This confrontation highlights the ongoing debate regarding the rights of individuals to record police interactions. It raises concerns about the infringement of constitutional rights and the need for transparency and accountability within law enforcement.
I got you.
This is ridiculous. You know that. This is 100% ridiculous.
75 days.
I have a right to be in this building, just like anyone else has a right to be in this building.
There's also rules, you know. What you
the law.
Listen to me,
Sergeant.
Listen to me. Wait. Let me talk.
I'm trying to.
Listen.
I can't hear you.
Would you go to a library and cause a ruckus?
I'm not causing ruckus.
Wait.
Peacefully recording. That's not
We're
causing a
telling you
ruckus.
to remove yourself from here.
For what reason? For what lawful reason?
Answer that question. Would you do that?
What lawful reason?
Would you go to a library and do that?
Sir, I came here with, you guys are law enforcement officers. I came here with a law.
All right.
I came here with a law.
All right.
To show you, and you don't want to see the law. None of you.
All right, but we're telling
1, 2,
you stop
3, 4,
recording.
5, 6 different law enforcement. I have a right to record by New York State and New York City law. New York State and New York City law gives me the right to record.
Stand by.
But when they tell you and give you a law,
No, it doesn't. Read the law. It's laminated right there for you.
The journalists involved in the incident received body camera footage as part of their criminal case. While reviewing the footage, they discovered an unidentified female officer saying, "Delete that blank."
Much information to not only first name, last name, date of birth, address to the police officer.
You have everything you need on my license right there.
I'm asking you, what's your name?
It's on my license. One ball. That's my name. All right there on the driver's license. There's absolutely no reason for any of this. Zero. Zero reason for this.
What's your phone number?
You don't need my phone number. It's a spot on your paper. You don't need it. You need my name, date of birth, address.
So you refuse to give a phone number?
You have my.
I don't have your phone number. That's what I'm asking you. You refuse to
You don't need it. Is it a crime for me not to give you my number?
That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you, are you refusing to
Yes, I'm refusing to give you my phone number. You don't need it.
Alright, that's not what I asked.
The journalist expresses that this statement doesn't come as a shock, as it reflects the mentality of some officers who oppose public recording in police precincts. They assert that the NYPD has been violating constitutional rights and state and city laws for years.
You are breaking New York City law. You know that, right?
You know how much you have?
It's $1,000 in cash.
Count in front of you again, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000.
$1,000 in cash. Correct.
All right, you can
Alright, so
Look at the law, Sergeant. Sergeant, look at the
sir, are you hurt or injured?
How are you look at your law,
Sir,
I don't know. I don't know if I'm
do
injured
you need
yet.
medical attention?
No, I don't need. He said no already. Sergeant, look at the law. I'm trying to tell you that there is a law.
I don't need to
What
look at
am I
this
being?
law.
I'm arrested for. Being arrested for trespassing.
11:20.
I want you to look at the law because it's very important. You are a law enforcement officer, Sergeant. You should really look at the law.
Determined to bring about change, the journalist pledges to use their power to abolish the unconstitutional and unlawful policy. They express gratitude for the support received and anticipate forthcoming federal and state lawsuits.